Hello, everybody. We are back. This is Shroom Chronicles. We are starting our fifth episode today. It is me, Crusher, and unfortunately, Ness did retire, so he will no longer be with us. But we do have a new third with us, and that is 8 Wide. Hello, 8 Wide.
Hiya, happy to be here.
If you want to just give yourself an introduction.
Yeah, hi, I'm 8 Wide. I play a Marshall Sage on server 1024. I've been playing since day 3, originally started on server 1091. That's it.
Okay, and then our egomaniac, Crusher.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Crusher, the myth, the legend, the god. Because let's be real, who's really gonna take me down?
Wide.
Oh, except for 8 Wide, yeah. So I guess I'm a demigod now in her presence.
It's okay, little one.
So I know you wanted to ask Crusher and I a question, so go ahead and shoot your question towards us.
I did. So I've been playing since day 3, and I've been in Legends ever since it opened. I noticed you, Crusher, when you reached Legends, because you were from the 400 server, which, I mean, it blew me away. I didn't think that we'd be seeing anybody from the 400 server in Legends anytime soon. But what was it like coming up through the ranks, and who did you really like? Who do the people in the 400 servers? Who do they talk about from the early servers? That's what I want to know.
So the journey was not easy. So honestly, we didn't know how high it actually went up. And when I first started, I had theory crafted a counter crit build, and I was looking at videos, YouTubers, but they didn't really get into anything specific. Like nothing was ever useful. So I felt like I was kind of on my own, like, and I was always looking for guidance. And then I remember someone had shown me Alien's guide, which is the ultimate guide to a swordsman guide, and it was kind of fell in line with my philosophy on how it should be built and building around your class. And it had a lot of information on, like, PvP, PvE builds to use, stuff like that. Which at the beginning I had no clue what he was talking about until like all the stuff finally unlocked from him. I'm like, oh, okay, now it's starting to make sense, like why you would do that. I'm like, yeah, I guess that complements that. But it is a little outdated as the game grew and evolved. He definitely has that guide is technically outdated, and it kind of got carried on through the Discord thread that he kind of just answers modern questions, like what mount you and artifact and back you should have now. As for the journey, it was rough. Honestly, you would have before I can explain like how we got there. Kind of have to see like how we became as a server. Like I was 1474, so as we started, we got against Max, was he was 75. Ness and Chess, some OGs from around our time, were in 77. We were always competing with each other, and when we first got cross server content, um, that's when like really got to compare how good we were all, and that's when Max met me because I I'm just gonna say every time people went up against me, like they kind of got put in their place, like because usually all the guys like were top in their server and they go against someone they finally lose. Even happened to Max. He was going crazy. He was stalking me. He was hitting up my DMs. He was like trying to figure out like why he was losing to me. He bought out the whole event and still lost.
No.
And I'm just like sitting here.
I got the whole A Dragon started winning, and then you bought it and beat me again. Get your story right, fool.
So I don't even think I had good gear. Like I just had low gear with all counter crit, and then he messaged me and he's like, "Hey, like, hey, can we talk about the game?" And I'm like, literally the first question I said was, "How old are you?" Because I was like, "If you're a kid, I'm not gonna talk to you." He's like, "Oh no, I'm 30." I'm like, "Okay, cool." And then I was like, well, I'm going to a movie, so I'll talk to you later. And then after we chatted it up, talking about builds, and oh god, his build was awful. He had a hot mess of just random stats, and I'm like, have you ever tried just focusing counter crit on your gear? And ever since then, he's been getting better. And then we've also met Ness Chess. We were battling them out. They had good archer builds. But eventually, it was rivalry that became to like frenemies, and then we just had the thought of like, I think the merges were starting to happen, and I had come up with the idea of like, let's just try to like push for our servers to get merged together so we can have a super server. So we had literally hundreds of people spamming the thread saying merge 73 or no, sorry, 74, 75, and 77. Literally every day we were all spamming it, and then the mods were like, that's not how it works, like you can't be doing that. We're like, yeah, whatever, and we just kept doing it like 2 months straight, every day, everyone spamming, liking, literally said it every day. And then when the merge finally came, we got exactly what we wanted, and we were just like, see, it works. And like, we're just talking crap, and all the mods are like, that's not how it works, you're not going to get what you want. And we're like, we got what we wanted, all you had to do was ask. So after that, a lot of servers started doing the same thing that we did. But
When was your merge?
that
Your first
was
merge?
It was prior to Thanks. No, it wasn't prior to Thanksgiving.
I'm trying to remember. Oh, it was October 29th.
Oh, okay, right around Halloween when everybody else got merged.
Yeah. So that's when our
yeah, that was.
It was the last merge before they started doing second round merges.
Okay, yeah, I just got a second round merge.
ours is coming up next week probably.
What's the server activity like?
It died again. Well,
Oh, did it?
74 has always been big power hitters, not enough bodies. And it kind of became the same thing after the merge, where we had even more big hitters, not enough bodies to do work. Because it's a game of average. In Brawl, you need a bunch of just high-powered level people. Even if it's like 40, even if it's like mid-tier, you just need the bodies to build up stacks on people, and we couldn't do that on our server.
I was gonna say,
But
like
Parking Wars, we take what we want.
I was gonna say,
But can you fill the lots?
well, we
No.
had to make a strategy around Parking Wars to win because of our power. We won't discuss that, but it's the first Parking War. It was like everybody was able to fill three spots up, and we filled up 2.
And we couldn't keep it, but with our new strategy, we can hold the server all day long. But yeah, we play secret.
Well, yeah. When you're strong, you're strong.
So from there, I've always been moving up the ranks, and I think it was from Elite and Grandmaster 1. It was a lot of back and forth, but every time I went further and further. Like, I don't think I've ever went and like mellowed out. I was always going further and further until finally I was like, oh my god, I can stay in Elite without having to struggle. Because before, the first time I got smacked back down. They're like, you don't belong here, kid. I'm like, okay.
Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh,
Yeah,
cool. I think
there's
you
the
lost.
door.
Go back to where you came from. Exactly. Same thing in Legendary. But what made it really sweet is we made a lot of friends along the ways in our surrounding servers. You just join our Discord, but you can look at the server roles and see how many servers we have in here. Everyone's within plus or minus 15 range, and anytime we do cross server and we get a new server, we always invite them, because we always try to be friendly with our competitors. Just for the off chance you ever get merged together, at least you build some good bonding and fundamentals with each group. But
Oh, absolutely.
what made it so sweet was the first time I got the legendary. It was kind of like everyone was pulling together, like both literally and like metaphorically, like everyone was like using themselves as a platform to boost me up. And they're like, "Oh yeah, I'll attack you," and then they're like, and like everyone was attacking me, and then I was planning my attacks, and like it was just it was like a wholehearted moment because the way everyone was working together to help get me there, and it was a team effort through like all servers, not just my server. Like it was like 5 servers of of people that just because we're so friendly and friends that were like, yeah, let me help boost you up. Like you're going to be the one that'll get us there. And it was like a lot of really good sentiments, and I finally made it, and felt like we all made it. So
Yeah, like I said,
it was like a wholehearted
it's
moment.
impressive. We thought Concrete, being from the 350s, was impressive when he made it to Legends, and he's an absolute unit. Concrete is. But like I said, when I was scrolling through and I look at the unfamiliar names, see who's coming up through the ranks. And when I saw that you were from 474, I couldn't even believe it. I went back and I told Code and Hollow, and I said, "Oh my God!" I said, "These 400 world." I said, "This is crazy." I said, "Look at what's in Legends, insane." Oh, we never thought we'd see anybody from the 400s in Legends anytime soon, only because we knew that there was such a time difference. A 3 month, 4 month gap between our servers. That I mean, that's a lot of time to make up and a lot of power to make up. Yeah.
It was not easy.
So no, and I don't know anybody else from the 400s. I've been playing with the same people now for 9 months, but our paths wouldn't have crossed otherwise if you hadn't made it to Legends. So I'm happy for that. It's nice to meet other people that enjoy playing Warriors, because it is a dying class. Not many people play Warriors. The last good Warrior was Jay, and he quit after he won with Wu.
I think
You know.
I might have even motivated a lot of people to switch to Warrior just because they're like, you make it look so easy. I'm like, oh, it's all right. Just a rock paper scissors, and everyone seemed to want to go archers, and Warrior's supposed to beat archers. So
Yeah, well, after the update, I'm not sure what switched, and Starlight, they won't give any specific information on the update change. Whatever resistance changed, they are adamant that they will not give any information. So warriors are now stomping through mages, and
yeah,
archers,
it's like they're doing
everything's
a
reversed now.
reverse
Yeah,
rock paper scissors triangle.
I'm not sure what happened, but I have a heck of a time with archers. But I walk right through the mages that have been tormenting me for the last 7 months. It's finally our turn, and I'm taking full advantage of it. Boy, I am just, oh man, I attack every single prophet that I can find.
Yes, it is
Because
sweet.
the last 7 months have been horrible.
Yeah, but it was
Yeah.
annoying though because I had to warn my fellow comrades that were getting up there as well, and I was like, it's a trap. Don't attack anyone. I was like, because when I got there, everyone was like attacking me with weak builds, and I was getting wins, and they're baiting you to attack them back because you get more points, defending than you do attacking, or than when you lose attacking. And I was, attacking and losing everyone because they were switching to their regen, and I was like, oh my god, I got baited so hard, and I was losing to everyone. I like tanked all the way to last place. And
they
then I
wear
got
fake sets, so their power is so much lower, so you have no idea. They switch their names.
Switch their names.
That's
That's so annoying. That's like I always hated that. I was like that pussy shit. Like they go around lose, and then they're like they lose, so they change their name and their icon so that you don't get attacked back. I'm like, where are you?
Playing it's the same people in Legends for the most part. You know who the top 50 are. So even if they change their name, you look at their server and what family they're from. You go, oh, okay, you just changed your name. I changed my name 100 times, and everybody knows who I am. I use the same picture, but it's there's a lot of tricks in Legends, But majority of people just sit there in a bun stall regen build, and I'm happy that regen mages got the nerf. I really am. because it was out of control, just sitting there in a stall build.
Can't
There was no thought behind it. It was just a cookie cutter build.
I'm just throwing this out there, but can't you just look at their UID number and figure out if it's them or not?
I'm not
It
looking at the
doesn't show
UID
their-
number.
It doesn't show their UID when you look at your recent attack list.
Hmm.
It doesn't let you see their profile.
Interesting.
Oh, you just scroll through the list and you can find them, but
Right.
but a lot of for a while there, a lot of people were hiding their power with fake sets. Not many people do it now. I think they just either stopped caring,
Mm-hmm.
But sitting in a regen build is now the new, hiding your power. So, I'm thrilled they got a nerf.
All right.
It's definitely helped.
Yeah, archers are, the game is very much geared towards archers, and they want you to play. They want you to play archers. A lot of the mounts and artifacts and skills like that geared towards archers. It's an easy free to play class. So
Yeah. It's still my favorite. They released a class, and like almost nobody really played it. Maybe other than like a handful of people in the top 100, right? If I'm not mistaken, there's one player.
what's that?
The Spirit Chandler class.
Yeah, Zico.
Yeah.
Zico, yeah. He actually swapped. I forget what he was either a prophet or an archer, and it was during the tournament. He actually swapped to Tamer versus Baptista and I. Yeah. And ever since then, and he's the only Tamer in the top 100s. That's an absolute unit. He is. Not many people are resisting against pals, so he's got quite a bit of an advantage there. But I mean, I've seen his pal shop. It's crazy. His stats they're impressive.
That'd be interesting to see that.
Him and Concrete. Yeah. This was a couple of months ago, maybe about a month ago. I don't think he'll mind me telling. His pal shop was in the 700s, 700k.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He is an absolute unit.
Interesting.
Zico is. Tamer's very much a pay-to-win class, though. Very much.
So it's not a recommendation
Just
at
like
all.
Mage.
Not a recommendation for any new players then, unless you're going to just wail out.
No. Yeah. And I don't think a lot of people
Or
realized that
pay-to-win,
when it was
might as well
released.
play Warrior.
Yeah. I mean, you really, in order to be really efficient at Beastmaster, the Tamer classes, you really need your yellow pals maxed. Because that's what you're going to use. You're going to use yellow pals. They do the most damage. And if they're not maxed, then, it's a half-ass class.
Interesting.
Yeah. The
So-
Tamer and Major, very, very much pay to win.
Alright.
Max, was there anyone that you looked up to while you were rising through the ranks?
Nope, I can't boost your ego, so I can't say you. So, nah. I mean, I've only looked up at the top 100 maybe a handful of times, and I've always noticed 8 wide up there. Beyond that, I never really.
You're full of shit.
Huh?
You're full of shit. You're so full of shit.
Bro, how
I
you
mean, I'm
supposed
sure you
to?
just really talk about, Woo or Moose or like the big power.
No, I didn't
Yeah.
really. I didn't really pay attention to.
A majority of people always talk about Boring Woo and Moose.
Yeah,
Talking about people.
Rip
at the top.
Moose.
Is he
Moose is done.
He's officially done.
Yeah, we had them in ships last season, and he didn't participate at all. So
Interesting.
when you see him in
Almost
Legends, I'm
done.
sure it's just people hitting him.
He tanks at the bottom and then he just skyrockets back to legendary to the top. So someone's doing something.
Yeah, somebody's hitting him, but that was a big loss for that server. Right after the merge too. I think it was server 170. In the merges, when big players like that quit, it hurts because they take that into account when they're merging. Okay, a couple big whales, we'll merge them here, and when they quit, it's what do? Just a ghost in the brawl.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. The server has a lot of power, but dead power is no good.
But yeah, as far as me going through the ranking, I didn't really pay attention to what was up there at the top. I was just focusing on what I was hitting right there and then. I'll get up there eventually. It's just going to take a lot more time because I've kind of cut off spending completely.
So who did you avoid hitting when you were
Oh, I hit everybody.
going through the ranks? Yeah?
Yeah, whoever was there, I was
Oh,
hitting.
yeah. Yeah, I was just hitting everyone. There was really no one I couldn't really beat until I got to the elite, and then I had to actually strategize. But then it was just looking at the power level, really.
Which, I mean, when you're going through the arena like that, you have to be careful looking at the power level. Another trap. Were you always a warrior from the get go?
I started out
I remember looking at the top. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I started out as mage, and then I think it was probably about level 100. There was somebody named Pal on our server, and he was like, "You need to just go warrior at this point. Like your gear is set for it, your pals are set for it. Just switch to warrior." And I did that, and I just started skyrocketing from there.
Sounds familiar. A8.
Yeah, that's how I started. The original guides, I guess I don't even remember. It's at this point. I think they said mage was the easiest to level to 100, and then after that switch to archer to 120, and then whatever you wanted. But I always knew I wanted to play a warrior. Any game I've played, I've always played a melee DPS. So the warrior really appealed to me, and the mage did not. But I wrote it out to level 100, and I couldn't wait, and Martial Sage ever since. Yep.
I was a warrior from the get-go. I was no intention to play any other class, and when I first started and saw that there was actually a ranking and it showed the top of the ranks, the names didn't stand out. I wasn't really looking at the names. I was just looking at the classes, and I remember going down the list like what's the highest ranking warrior? I don't think I saw a player into like the 15th spot as a top rank. Again, like I don't remember names. I just remember like only looking at the class, and I'm like, oh sweet, like we're underdog class. Like I want to get there. Like I remember my mission was like I just want to get ranked. Like that's all I care about, being ranked and having a number by my name.
Was that a Discord list?
No, that was the what is it? If you hit the
peak ranking and
like your peak rank, it'll show the current top 100.
And that was probably Code. He's always been right around the top. Yep. It was either Code or Jay. Those were the only two warriors.
I was hungry for it.
I would say Code.
Yeah.
Because he has the lion face, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was probably Code.
So we had a bubble tea before the lion. Yeah, because our family from 1091 was cafe, and we had a little bubble tea because that's one of the emojis that you can use in this game. Was a bubble tea, so that's what we had for our family symbol.
Oh, and then sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, and then once we merged, our first merge was with Hollow's family, but their server, and we changed the name to Roar, and added the lion. Yep.
When there was one time, I think the second time I got into Legendary, I somehow randomly got put into 9th place, and I took a screenshot and I said, "Look, everyone, I'm the number 1 warrior in the game."
Mm-hmm.
I said I can retire now. I said I'm officially the number 1 warrior in the game. I retire. I'm the best.
Yeah.
For a hot minute, and then I got sent back to the bottom. But I saw the screenshot.
I believe it. Yeah, there weren't many warriors, from day one, and Code and I were very fortunate that we started together, on the server. So he's very smart too. So we do a lot of theory crafting together. And honestly, we never really read any of the guides that were out there. We just kind of bounced off each other. I knew that I wanted to be a defensive warrior from the get-go, and he knew that he wanted to be an offensive warrior. He actually started as an axe, and I was a sage. But
I would consider
everybody's
that like the glass cannon of the warrior.
Mm-hmm. Yep. He the sage, you really have to choose which route you want to go and stick with it. Either focus attack or focus defense and stalling. I call it the
Right.
bun. It's like a hot dog.
I don't
Dog
know.
is
In
the
my eyes,
offensive
I
warrior.
feel like I'm still a hybrid in my eyes. I need my defense and I need my offense. It
Mhm.
helps go a long way. It's probably why I'm not that good of a build then.
Yeah, you have to really go extreme, one extreme to the other. Otherwise, you'll just be mediocre.
I choose extreme buff. Let's see
You
where
know,
that it takes me. I mean, I'm in a legendary, so it can't be terrible, right?
oh no, not bad, but you know, you either Code's full dog. Full dog. He is just pure attack, and the damage output on him is insane. And me, I knew I wanted to be fat and annoying since day one, and that's what I am. You know?
Yeah,
Just
I think
take the beating.
I'm sticking to hybrid because I don't have the stat gap to really win either way. I feel like
Well,
I had to make something new just to find my place up there.
well, I mean, again, it all depends on what do you have all the. I'm sure you probably have most of the event items, mounts and backs and artifacts, and really you have to build your class around what you have, and go from there. If you have the stuff to be a dog, the items to be a dog, then go dog it. If you don't, well, ruins, whatnot. A lot of people want to blame, failures or any losses on. Oh, I don't have this, I don't have that. Well, then work with what you do have. You know, make it work because it will work. But you just have to focus. If you want to be a dog, you can't wear bun stuff. That's it. You really can't do much damage as a bun. It's all
I
about
like
survivability.
I really like the tank and I really wanted it to work, but Cheetah really killed that dream for me.
Yeah.
Cheetah really
Uh,
Like,
killed the
this is
game.
an amazing thing, and it should destroy kids, and now Cheetah just like, nope, yeah, you killed them so fast, good for you. Now they kill you with Cheetah. I'm like, no.
yeah, and the crescent, I guess, was supposed to counter that, but they nerfed that even before they launched it. So.
They didn't even tell us
Yeah.
about that, correct?
Yeah. No, they didn't. It was supposed to be. I guess over in the Southeast Asia servers, I guess it's 3 seconds, but we got a 2 second crescent, which
Yeah, and it's confidential why they did that, you know.
yeah, which I haven't even tried it, to be honest. I don't know. I like the spaceship, but with these 5-star bows and the cheetah, yeah, you need to use a cheetah to survive.
Yeah, because it gives you both tankiness and attack at the same time. I love it.
The cheetah
Well,
or the spaceship?
shuttle.
Yeah, and nice little
I
shield.
remember it came out and I said, Max, this is gonna be the best in slot for Warrior. I was like 5-star it, and we did. And then Cheetah literally, okay, let me, for 1 second before they did the remember that patch where Cheetah just got randomly stronger all of a sudden?
Well, they nerfed it for a bit. Oh, it was a glitch. Was it like an infinite glitch where you
I don't
didn't
know,
die?
but like I don't know, there was a patch and then Cheetah like was just doing so much more damage after. I don't, it was like maybe a month ago, maybe a month and a half, I don't know. But right before that patch, I literally just beat Cheetah. I was able to have the spaceship on the Nebular shuttle and kill people like top players around my server and survive the Cheetah. And I was like, finally, I beat Cheetah. Go to sleep. That patch happens. I come back out. I lose. I'm like, what happened? And everyone's like, oh yeah, Cheetah's. I'm like, I thought I was going crazy. I'm like, is Cheetah doing more damage to you guys? Because it's clearly doing more damage. It either like they buffed it, or even if they didn't buff it, like I guess it wasn't working and they fixed it. That was
Yeah.
so bad.
So was it right before the event launched? They decreased the damage that it was going to deal. Like they nerfed it before they even launched it because people were complaining. And I mean, it's still strong. It is. It's a game changer for sure. Yeah, especially for the tournament. If you're not wearing cheetah, I mean, you're just gonna get your bottom blown off. You have to.
I think it's a game
I don't know.
killer. I think it made the game very boring and dull.
Yeah,
But
I was really hoping that the Crescent, I was really hoping that the Crescent would counter that and be another viable option, but they ruined that too.
I was telling Max, I said, if the mount works and it counters cheetah, then it's literally become a rock paper scissors of mounts, because moon beats cheetah, and then any like Nublar shuttle would beat the moon, and then cheetah beats the Nublar shuttle. Like it would just like with RNG on who you were going up against and what they had. It would have been a nice random rock paper scissors on. Oh, what are they wearing? Oh, cool, I win because they have this mount.
Yep. It's I had a lot of high hopes for the Crescent mount, but at least they nerfed it before they launched it instead of what they did with the scissors and made a change a week after the event ended. Yeah.
We made a server. We all the power hitters joined. Was it 667 just for fun, and it was really refreshing to be in a server where cheetah didn't exist. Like it was back to like your build matters and not do you have cheetah. And those people are going to grow up in a world without cheetah. They'll have moon, but in a world without cheetah, until they realize they can never get to legendary because they don't have cheetah.
No, the cheetah will probably be back in a event that you can pick as a second, past the paywall.
Yes.
It wasn't a Pepe event. It wasn't a duck event. I could see the cheetah being a selector in an event.
Probably another merge event.
Not even,
even the boat came back. Storm Rider came back in the merge 2 event.
Yeah, everything has come back around. The dragon came back around. The cheetah will be back around. The Gatlin came back.
Yeah, I just need the candle for the Halloween event. I didn't pick that up, and apparently it's hurting me really bad.
Yeah, the candles is wonderful. It's excellent for PvE.
Yeah, I noticed there's a lot of weaker people in my server that have surpassed me in the PvE aspect because of it.
Yeah, the candle with the tiger back mount.
Yup.
It's excellent for grumpy fish too.
Right. That's the biggest thing. Don't get started on grumpy fish because I don't want to listen to him.
My back hurts.
Time out, baddies is moving on. Top 4, baby.
That's right.
That's it. We got a bun in the top 4.
So that means you're probably facing Zico and Concrete.
Yeah. You want to hear a spoiler alert? Spoiler alert?
You're gonna win.
Are you ready?
They're gonna throw. You're gonna
gonna dive? Should I put my money on someone else?
I don't know, but they attacked us in the preliminaries and they lost.
Really?
Ooh.
Yeah. And then they, fixed their gears or whatever they did and attacked us again and won. But it really could go either way for there. So I don't know. I honestly don't know. But yeah, we did beat them once.
So you're saying
there's
hope. Toss-up.
It actually will be a toss-up, yeah.
I mean, course 5 or 1.5? Because maybe I'm a gambling man.
Oh, we're gonna be 5. Like people will bet on Zico Creep. We will be the 5 times bet. Absolutely.
Definitely.
We beat Palm Scotty 3-0.
You need to beat them for my honor for knocking me out of the top 32.
Yeah, they attacked us 3 times.
Now, speaking of that, I got a question. The fourth season, I think it was Boring Blue lost to them.
Yeah, that was when. No, that was. Oh, wait a minute. Last season. Let me think here. Last season, he lost to them in the top 32, I believe.
Didn't they recently just face in the finals though, and Boring Blue
Or
lost?
was
It
it
was a
last?
final, and it looked like Boring Wood took a dive, and we all like lost our money.
Oh, when he was partnered with Moose.
Yes.
When he was partners with Moose, yes, he did lose that one. Yes, I bet on Zico Crete that round. So
Oh,
thank you.
how convenient! Insider
hmm
information.
I wish. I just knew that Moose was on the fritz, and Zico and Concrete were not stopping. So at one point I was 50-50 with Concrete and Zico. I could stall them out, and they just gassed it, and I can't now. But I did know that Moose had, was calling it quits. So, when you have the 2 and 3 players paired up together, tournament is a completely, completely different ball game. Wu is an absolute unit in himself. I mean, his grumpy fish, I don't know what it is, 130s, 135 that he got to by himself. His damage output is incredible. But when you're 2v2, I mean, you have to rely on your other partner and, for skills, for just backup. And if they're not into it, it's tough.
It's definitely good to get a stall with a high DPS. Like you and Code would be a good combo because you need to get the opponent to trigger their cheetah instantly, and then have the stall build just take the damage and end the fight. Like honestly, that's the best combo.
So Code and I would not be a good pair together. And here's why. Because we can't disarm.
Okay.
So we're going to get wrecked by archers. Because if I disarm, he's not going to counter. So who's doing damage?
Exactly. Oh, okay.
So 2 warriors are... It's very hard for a warrior DPS to do well in the tournament. Let's see here. How'd they do? Let's see. Code is paired with Code's Hollow's partner. They lost against... I'm looking at it right now. They lost against Wu and J-Hot.
I think me and Kato did good, but Kato switched up to more DPS this round, and I was like, should have stayed more tanky. Because I don't think he or she was using disarm.
I think he was worried about Helly and Loki, who are also from our family. Who else did you had Zico Crete? Did you have Zico in your...
When we did the top 64 or whatever, yeah.
Yeah, and also, so Helly and Loki are from our family as well. And they are tanks. Like, they're solid. And I think he was probably worried about beating them. Because I know they were worried about getting second to you. Like, they knew second was either going to be you or them. So,
Actually,
if I had to...
Loki straight up, I almost beat him.
Loki?
Yeah, I don't know if it's your Loki, but I fought a Loki in Legendary before I went down.
Probably.
And it was close. Literally a smidge. I'm like, I'll get him next time.
Yeah, I think he might be anti-archer. I don't think he gears for warriors. But yeah, I'm sure Kaido probably. He's solid though, He was probably concerned about them and just eating through Helly and her bun. She's an 8Y junior. So.
Oh.
Yeah. Thickums Jr. But that was probably... I think kind of everybody knew it was either going to be you and Kaido or Helly and Loki getting second. And that bracket, that was a tough bracket. Like I had said, if you had, if you'd been in the bracket that I was in, you would have gotten second. You would have walked right over everybody.
Well, I'm stronger now. I've been stacking the offense, and I'm already up to like almost 2,500 attack now. So it's...
So you're going dog. You're going to be a dog warrior, huh?
I think well, what helped was our talk. So
Mm-hmm.
I knew there was a limit where it would only be effective for so much, and literally talking to you gave me the answers I needed. I'm like, you said, hey, like it's not really effective to go more than 750 defense. I'm like, perfect, and like and the same for crit uh crit resistance.
Mm-hmm.
For DPS, you don't need more than 1800. I'm like, finally, like concrete numbers to build my build around, so I can min max. Like that's what I needed to min max my build. It seems like because and to my advantage by going leveling everything up evenly, even in the tech, like you said, I did too much in defense and HP. I'm like, well, yes, but at the same time, that allowed me to take less off a load off my runes and everything else, that I can go more offense now. And so I feel like I'm a good tankiness now to now go full damage, and I'm starting to see the effect where I'm shredding through archers like nothing, and I still watch because I love watching my HP bar, and it slowly goes down. And like that's what I
Mm-hmm.
look for. Not a, I
Yeah.
don't like DPS races. I like to like them go down quickly, and mine slowly goes down, which is why I still like the hybrid, but definitely tankiness and DPS. But now that I got the green light to go full DPS now, because in a way I've got enough defense, I can just go full throttle on offense now, which I'm about to hit the level 80 attack feather, so I should get another big boost, and then I'll probably just keep leveling it up. I don't know what the max is, but I'll just keep leveling up.
That's what I mean. At least 120. I don't know what the max is
I think
when
it
you
is
get
100.
all.
It is 120. You're right. It is. I do know the max. I knew that.
That's when all the feathers. You unlock that little pink tail.
Yeah.
And if see, I don't whale on events, for artifacts, so I lack a lot of global attack, and that was somewhat intentional. Can you hear my dog snoring? I apologize if you can. That was somewhat
It's fine
intentional
either
because
way.
I always. What's that?
We would be fine either way. It's not annoying if I don't hear it though.
Oh, okay. I have a bulldog. He's snoring. I always knew that I wanted to go regen, defense, stall, bun. So getting the artifacts really wasn't a priority for me because majority of them are global attack. So, not having them really didn't affect me. Unless it was I did get the bow, and that's a must. I don't really see much beating the bow anytime soon.
Yeah, we saw
The
that in
cheetah.
too.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't
There's
think I
not much.
created 5-starred either, because it's like, whoa, what am I gonna do with this 10% crit? Like, even I take off the crit mask, like, what am I gonna put that's effective? Nothing. So I was like, that's why I was fine with just a 1-star bow.
It does boost the attack from your crits though.
Yeah,
Like
that's
your
insane. Yeah, and you get 10 more final crit damage. So you're right. But
and your
yeah,
combo, like when you crit, it does damage equal to your combo, your counter, your whatever. I think that damage is boosted as well.
and it can crit. Yeah, you're right. When you're right, you're right.
You guys
But
go ahead, continue. I'll be right back.
yeah, sure.
Sure.
But being a defense warrior, I really didn't need the artifacts because most majority of them are all global attacks, so it wasn't a huge loss for me. Although I do regret not getting the scissors.
In what aspect? Isn't that the combo one?
It does give global counter or a combo, yeah. But boy, the way it was eating through regen builds, boy. For a while there, those scissors, yeah. They cut. It was similar to Terminal Strike, I believe. Let me look at them here. Originally, when the scissors came out, they were, I think, 90% skill regen reduction and heals, and then they changed it to, I don't know, 10. Each basic attack has a 50% chance to deal damage equal to 0.5% of the target's max HP, and a 10% chance to wound. And yeah, reducing the regen and healing amount by 50% for 2 seconds.
Oh, 50. Jesus, that's better than the tree.
Yeah. So, each basic that's each basic attack. No, you wouldn't even need it. It has a 50% chance to do that.
Yeah, you up
And
your
it,
attack
yeah.
speed, and then boom, there you go.
hmm Yeah, and it's a 10% chance to wound. It's similar to Terminal Strike, but reduces the regen and healing for 2 seconds.
So I feel like I'm in a spot where since I guess even with this event, I technically have everything unlocked, all the globals that are beneficial to me, except for the Duck and Pepe.
hmm
They haven't come back for at least our generation. I feel like I got to the point where like I even tell Max, I'm like, honestly, the boost I get from it is it's nothing. I if I get a global, this last global defense only gave me 15 million defense,
hmm
and when it's HP, it's even less than that. The most is probably attack, and I said honestly, it's to a point where I don't need anything else. I just need to get my base stats up, and like I'll start seeing a huge like I can close the gap faster because I have everything, but I also need
hmm
the time that you spent to get all those base stats in.
You
So
know,
I
the
feel like I have the
parking.
opposite effect. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just consistency with just the dailies and keeping up with the manner. You know, the parking. A lot of people forget about the parking bonuses. You know, hammers, your artifact.
Oh,
What
I
else
don't
is
forget
there?
at all. I try to do all those evenly as well.
Yeah, you know, leveling your relics up.
I'm
Yeah,
about to
what
get
you
the mount leveled up. Although I forgot how it works. I think I have to hit. Am I gonna hit 60? Then I need to hit 61. Let's see. I'll pull it up right now. Okay. So we need. Where's my mount? No, it needs one more star. Then I'll hit 10 stars on. So it'll go to 710,
oh, your mount.
and then yeah.
hmm
And I think from there, I forget. Do you need to level up another star, and then it goes to the next tier and does a big upgrade?
Yeah, once you hit 8-1.
So yeah, I'll have to spend a lot more on just getting that
Yeah, I just
before I
hit the
can
red
get
feather
this.
or the feather mount. I'm on 9-1, 9-1 going on 9-2.
Jesus.
Yeah, spent a lot of gems on
Gems
Mount.
come easy.
Yeah, what's that?
I said gems do come easy.
Yeah, the red gems. Yep, I spent them all on shop tickets and mount
I
keys.
think the only advice I ever took away from YouTube, the YouTubers that are current, because the only one that was selling the advice was using gems to get the what is it, tier 7 mount, and then using it after that slowly for souls.
Never
And
used red gems on souls ever.
oh, I I live for that because you realistically, it's the only way you get souls. Like to bum rush it. It's like so cheap too, and you would take years to get those leveled up otherwise.
I mean, I've
What
done all
level
right
are
for
your
not
souls?
buying any.
Oh, I would just hope so.
Yeah.
From day one. Where are they at right
Yeah.
now?
Oh, you want me to give away my bun souls? All right. My HP is at 73.
Okay.
My crit resist is at 70. My defense is at 20. That's it.
I mean, that's if they made a what you call it? If they made a page for souls, that's how I would have done it, because that's how I do all the other trees too, for the scrolls, for the waking and all that. It's just HP and crit res.
hmm
But um yeah, no, I'm full stall, so my build would have been the same. Like I want to do that, but I can't because I'm DPS, so I have to do everything else. But
Yeah.
if as soon as my regen build would get so much stronger if I was able to do that, though. It's crazy.
Well, you can. You can do it.
What do you-
Why can't you?
That's not That's not the build I want. I want my build. I only use
All
that
right.
build for parking wars.
I have a damage build as well. I have a crit counter build.
Switch souls though. It's too much work.
Yeah,
You know how much time you
oh,
have to click it?
Oh gosh, I swap my soul so many times a day.
Oh, novel was too time consuming.
Yeah, you just click it, reset, and da 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 into the next one.
You're right. Maybe
Yeah.
I'm a little goofy.
You know, I boost my combo soul sometimes for the fish when we want to kill it.
Okay, I do that. When I get ready to do my PvE or when I want to progress stages, I erase all my crit res, I erase all my HP and all my defense, and I go full combo for boss damage.
Yeah.
And then that's how I get all my high ranking stuff, and then I switch it back before I start losing an arena.
Yeah, but having some soul sets, I mean, would be nice because swapping between bun and dog is just costs so many gems.
I mean, they did it for everything else. Like, why not souls? Like, what's so special about souls?
Yeah, it's confidential. they're proofreading. What when the server merges were delayed? What was the excuse they gave? They were proofreading the merges. Yeah.
Don't get me started on merges.
Yeah, proofreading.
So for like our generations of servers, I think they pushed our merge back for 2 sailings now, and that just decimates the servers. Like, you go into Voyage, you're already struggling with numbers, and then you get absolutely obliterated, and then after that nobody plays because sailing sucks. It's long, tedious, and too much work.
Oh, it was horrible. Oh, like, I mean, our server is we have a very strong server, the server I'm on, and we got tag teamed. And there was just nothing that we could do. You know, you can't catch up when it's 2 versus 1. And so the downfall to having a high, I'm level, what am I now? 178, going on 179. I needed, at the time, I think a level 148 and above to even get credit for a kill to get merit. So I'd be gassing around killing these nodes. Yeah, I think at one point I killed 20 players and I got credit for 4 kills. I didn't even get on the bounty list, you know? But there are players that are going around clearing all the tiles, and, you know, I can't even get credit for a kill. So something has to change. You know, it just wasn't even. We ended up getting 3rd overall for a server. And that was only because, you know, the two other servers had kind of teamed up, and they kind of swapped the city and kept us out. So
yeah,
it is what
we
it is.
had to go through. Oh my god, we didn't have the numbers to get first, but the first same place team, because Pirates brings out the worst in everyone. So obviously there was shit talking to be had, and
I enjoy this one. I'm gonna put him on blast on this podcast. Little cunt.
oh yeah, so these motherfuckers thought they can force us to be 4th place. They literally had the numbers to win Pirates, hands down. Yes, fine. But like, we were strong enough to get 2nd. But no, they denied us the city, and they let the other occupying factions take it over to force us to 4th place. So we were getting 3v1, and we planned it. Well, first of all, I had to get their top guys. I had to get their sleep schedule. I was taking notes, what times they were active and what not active. And the minute we had all the information down, I'm like, okay, he should be asleep. Go. We take middle, hold it for like, I think 5 to 9 hours. He wakes up, they take it back, and they're panicking because like we shot up the 2nd. Then they're like feeding back the other team, and they're like swatting. They were literally like, the team would hold middle and they would just defend against us to prevent us from progressing towards the city, and we would wipe out, wait the timer. Literally a whole week straight of just random times throughout the day. Everyone up, got points, go. I'm like, build me a path, let's go. And we were progressing to the city, taking it, fighting 3v1, and we still ended up with 2nd by the last 2 days, which I almost gave up at one point because I was getting so pissed off. But at one of them, I killed our guy Andrew on accident. I don't know how, because literally I was always changing builds, so I never know what worked because I didn't have anything to go off of. And every time I changed it, I would lose again. So it was literally a back and forth. But I got a free kill, and I'm like, he's dead. Let's push. And everyone pushed. We held it, and we held it for the last 2 days. And everyone was just we were more tenacious than them because they all gave up. They all stopped coming for. We were able to defend for the last 2 days and shot up to second place, a strong second place.
Oh yeah, we were a strong third.
Man, we were so burnt out that we had to become sweaty nerds, but we showed them. We showed them who we were.
Yeah, I'm just
We had just given up.
Go ahead.
We had just given up. We just said, okay, like, you guys are tag teaming us. There's not much we can do. You know, make a path to the city, wipe out 20 people, get merit, and go from there.
Yeah, I'm gonna give a shout out to the one guy from 1464, Ron Bomb. He has the shittiest build but the biggest mouth. He can't beat anybody, but he talks all the shit. No wonder he gets picked on by nobody. Literally nobody.
Honestly, my hatred doesn't carry outside of pirates. Like, if he were to talk to me, I'd be cool with him. But I never understood like how he got so many kills in parking wars. I'm like, this guy has a shitty build. Like, why is he getting such a kill streak? And like, is he waiting for everyone to be weak? Like, I don't understand.
He does. That's alright.
He's always up there for kills, and I'm like, what? Like, who is this guy?
But if it makes you feel better, they beat us in Voyage, but they haven't beat us in Parking Wars, I don't think, and they have yet to beat us in Showdown. So, yeah, there's only a few.
Showdown is a power hitter game. That we'll never lose that.
No. So our biggest strength, I would say, is definitely not Voyage because it's a numbers game. But you know, Round Bomb. Every time we face you guys in Showdown, you guys get shit on. No offense to Ancho and Mochi, but they can't carry you all the time. That's just Brawl's a law of average. We only lose if we had a bad choice in lanes. Our average is really low for power on that, so it hurts us. And then Parking Wars, if we want to win, we'll win. I'll just say that. Because a lot of times we get burnt out. We're like, we don't give a fuck. But if someone pisses off and we want to win, we will win, hands down.
Yeah, the only time we had a problem in Parking Wars was against Wu. Oh gosh.
Apparently,
what a nightmare.
Apparently he's unkillable even at 10 buffs. Debuffs.
No, Hollow killed him when he had 3 debuffs. He's able to be killed, but you know, you have to build to kill him, and he just runs over people. And you know, it caps at a 10 debuff and guarding an 8, so yeah, it just runs over them. Let me think here. Was it Code? I think Code had 0 debuffs. Wu had 10, and he just plowed right through Code.
All right.
We knew it was over. So you just park every 4 hours and call it a day.
Yeah. Yeah, it's because they don't nerf the HP, so you literally. I always go no defense, no attack, full HP, because they don't nerf it in Parking Wars even with debuff.
Yeah.
However, if they did it like Brawl, then yeah, people would be dying left and right.
Yeah, we've been top 3 in Brawl. I don't know, the last few months since the first merge.
Honestly, like, I always get bored because like they always give us these younger servers. I'm like, why are they giving me younger servers? Like, these guys, like, yeah, they're hungry, but like they have so many numbers. They'll win from numbers. Like, I want a challenge. Like, there's yet to be, I think, even up to 1450. There's no threat amongst all their whales. I can't find anyone to like that's even a hindrance to me, and it's really annoying.
I mean, I've been playing with the same people since the beginning, so you know what to expect.
No,
Yeah,
I mean we want to play with you guys. We want older servers. We want a challenge.
yeah, some servers got really good merges, and some did not. Server one I think is pretty much the second round of merge killed server one. They just got boned. We got a good merge, fortunately, and most of the players that we merge with are still, the higher power players. Most of them are still playing. I think we lost one or two, but majority of us are still playing together.
Right.
So that's
Ours
nice.
is a coin toss. We asked for 64, 65, 73, which of the one of them was 64 was the one we were just talking crap on, but we still, pre that Pirates, we already made an agreement we would all spend to get each other. But it seems like because of the rule that you can't be on an offset on your rushes, we probably won't get any of the 60 servers because we were the cutoff from when they
Mm,
put us a week behind. So
yeah.
we're stuck with 73 or 78 to coin toss. But if we get 73, we get our friends. 78, we get guys
You,
that we just
you think they're
talk
gonna?
shit on.
Do you think they're gonna merge you with servers around you?
It needs to happen because if they're gonna, all right, right now there's only
We
three generations left in our server. There's only three servers left in our generation, which is 78, 74, which is us, and 73. If they merge us and 78, 73 is gonna, because they used to have two active families. They're down to one, and they're not really that active, from my understanding. So
We just merged. It was 1024, 1080, and let's see, a Spanish server, and who else? There was 4 servers that we just merged in with. 1024, 1080, a Spanish server. I can't think of who the other one was. Uh, yeah.
I don't know how y'all
You
got lucky with your set of rules, but they literally are keeping us with our own kind, and it's really annoying.
here's the thing: is that it's gonna kill these younger generation servers off completely. I mean, the only other thing I can think of they're gonna do is maybe throw a 1490 in with us, possibly. But I think they're on an off schedule too from us. So I don't know. 1480 or the 1480s are different.
If we get our own generation, we're gonna die because everyone's in the same boat as us. Everyone all around us, we're all like hurting for players, and to only have the power hitters left.
Right.
So if they just
think so.
merge, we're just gonna be the same thing. We're just gonna be power hitters with no numbers again.
Then
I think our first merge though, we were behind because we merged with 1080. It was 1080, 1091, and 1097, and we were behind 1080. Like we weren't the same day. Uh, and that's when they just kind of said, "All right, this is the new day that everything is going to happen on."
which is
Oh,
what
actually, now it's making sense why yours is so scattered because you guys are literally days apart because the game was new. For us, I don't know how they're doing it. If it's a new server every week, or it takes like 3 to 4 days to fill up a server now. So,
Yeah, there's like 5 servers a day.
but still, it takes. We joined a new server and it took about 4 to 6 days to fill
I
up.
would say it was about 5 days before it got full to quote unquote
Oh,
full.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're not getting that many new players, and I think a lot of
or
it
not.
is old players.
No.
So that's why we're getting shafted.
No, they'll probably just merge everybody all together in the foreign servers.
Well, I mean, that was their mission statement. They're like, yeah, we want it to be a global, everyone, doesn't matter language, we want you all together.
Yeah, because
So,
Kaido was from a Spanish server, and we got him. Server one in server one, that was a big issue. Was server one merged with 3 Spanish servers, and they were all dead.
Yeah.
They were all dead. Our first merge, boy. I mean, 1091, we were hurting bad. It was only code 9, like 7 other active players. But on 1080, we were down to I think in the 20s before we got our second merge, like 20 to 30 active players on the entire server. It was brutal. And then we merged into 1024, and we're down now to about 100. And yeah,
I take
and
100.
Yeah, but this is our second merge, so you figure, let's see here, 4 servers, 3. That's 12 original servers into one, and you've got about 100 active players left.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our first merge, it was me and my in-game husband, and it was us and 2 others running the show. Literally, it's all it was on crossover.
It was you, one and only Dizzo, and who was your 4th?
Like maybe like Marty McFly or something. Like it was someone who wasn't a
he didn't even join. He hasn't played like merge. He's not even in the alliance. He never joined.
Yeah, so really 3 at best.
I can't. I couldn't tell you honestly another person from 70 or from 74 originally. I think the most active players is 75 and 77. And the one.
I mean, they did. Oh, go ahead.
The ones from 77, both whales have quit at this point, and the rest of them, they don't participate in anything that I notice, other than maybe Itachi.
No. And honestly, when our second merge comes, even if we get 73 or 78, I don't see it much changing, because the casuals are all gone and the heavy hitters are out there on the last thread. I mean, it'll be a little bit of rejuvenation because we're all together finally, but I mean, I don't see like we might only feel one family again.
Well, here's the other thing. Put this in perspective. Look at what our brawl is. It's literally just these 3 servers. We're going to merge one server, have one super server in the 70s, and it's literally going to be against the secondary family instead. That's dumb. They need to fix something for our generation, because
how many families are in your brawl? I mean, when you go through the ranks, what servers are in the ranks?
73, 74, and 78, and it's literally
only 3 servers.
It's the same
and it's all dead factions.
It's dead families. There's just the 3 top server, or the top families from each server, and the top 3 every day, every week.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's boring.
Crazy boring. Yeah.
Yeah, that's horrible. Like, I'm looking at our brawl now. We just had, let's see here, we're playing against Yokai. But it's, I mean, server 1 through top 100, I guess, Amen servers, and then we have the Spanish servers and the Brazilian servers. Yep.
I would.
Yeah, we have
good.
Tons. I mean, just tons. I think out of the top 100 Amen, I think they've condensed them into, when I counted after the second merge, I think it was 17 servers are left in the top 100.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, like right now, even if we did try Crusher in our brawl, it wouldn't even matter. 1495 has way too many active players. There's just no way that would be able to win, unless we were with 73, where we can just work together in parking wars.
I can't believe there's only three servers in your entire brawl ranks.
Yeah, it's bad.
Like the top right now, our seasonal ranking right now is us in 1020, 1024. Number 2 is Mid-Swift's family, from 1031. We have Phoenix from 1001, and then let's see, fourth is Wet, which was ASU, which he's retired, from 1021. Chaos, which was the original family.
Mm-hmm.
Legacy is 7, where Chematix from. Yeah. Wow.
So let's click here. Let's go to ranking.
That's so interesting.
Yeah, when you watch back, I'll have this pulled up, and while we're trying to talk about it, but it's sad.
You see, yeah, it is sad because you're lacking all of the competition that we have. I mean, it is a fight for these ranks every week. And it comes down to like the last 5, 10, 15 points. Like you really have to plan whether you're going to do a 3-lane win for points or go for the 2-lane. And if you go for the 2-lane, whoever's in 5th or 6th might go for a 3-lane and knock you right out. I mean, it's competitive. And I feel so bad for you guys that you're lacking that part of the game.
Yeah. This is what we have. You either get first, second, or third. We could honestly set ours to be even across the board in all 3 lanes and still get third place without even trying.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, we lost our first match last season. We lost our first match, and we started out at 599th.
Jeez.
Yeah, and then we ended up third, but yeah, I feel bad that you're lacking that because I mean, brawl is a fun part of the game, and it actually, you know, right now our family is cheering on people that are battling, you know,
Yeah.
rooting on whoever wins and who loses, and you know, we've had some good wins, but it's a bonding event, you know, the brawl in the evening.
Right.
That's why when I told you guys, I said, "Oh, I'm busy setting up brawl." You know, it never even dawned on me that you guys don't have to do that.
No, we don't have to do shit. Just
No,
let it run. That's it.
no. Last minute planning, you know, all the families are splitting lanes, so it's something. But it's, you know, it brings the whole family together because yeah, it's exciting. It is. It's exciting.
I'll put it to you this way: the morale of our servers are so freaking low. It's so bad. More people have played on the alt accounts in 1667 more than they played on their mains because it's just fun to have that activity and challenge and competition. We don't have that.
Oh,
We
absolutely.
don't have that on our mains.
No. And you know, they count on the willpower of the whales to not quit and just carry servers, and you can only do that for so long.
I mean, I completely cut it out. The spending, I'm done. Like, I don't even want to waste my money on the game at this point. Because what am I fighting for other than maybe going for the top 100?
Yeah.
The rest of the aspect of the game to me is just dull.
Yeah, that's pitiful. I'm so sorry to hear that. You know, our brawls for us they're exciting. You never know. I mean, the top 10, you don't know who's going to be in the top 10 at the end of each season.
Yeah.
You know, I think let's see who won. Redacted won last season. Did we get second before that? You know, you never know who's going to be first, second, or third. It could be anybody.
Right.
And like I said, it's within, you know, sometimes just 5, 10, 15 points.
I mean, that's what it used to be pre our merges. It used to be a fight for the top. It was either between Shroom from 73, My Alliance, Crusher's Alliance, or Hana. That was, I think they were 82 or 81. You know, but everybody's dead at this point. Our entire generation's dead. Like, when I say that, so 73 was the most active merge that we had, where they had a full team of Portuguese players and a full team of American players. And they had to merge together because both sides were just dying. The game became very raw and boring for everyone.
It does become stale.
Yeah. You know, I've even quit, but I've came back for, you know, just friendship base, and I enjoy doing this side of things with the podcast and just be able to talk and, you know, get new people on and be able to give something to players, you know what I mean? Because, like we all discussed earlier, the content that's out there is very stale too.
It's outdated. It's, you know, the content that's out there is content by people that just want to be creators and really just don't have an understanding or any background knowledge of the game.
Right, they're just throwing shit at a wall and hoping it sticks, more or less.
Yeah, they're just giving their own opinions, and that's fine. You know, I don't really read much into it. You know, I really do enjoy the social aspect of this game. the cross server chats. I've met a lot of great people, and from there we're able to, I don't read those guides. If I have a question about, an archer, I'll ask somebody that plays an archer,
For sure.
But, or warriors, like you did, how you reached out, hey, heard you play warrior, like, could you offer some help? Yeah, sure, absolutely. It's not often that, anybody asks for help, so.
I wonder if they have, like, if they're scared to talk to, like, a top 100 player thinking they're egotistical, like who the hell are you? Why should I talk to you kind of thing. I don't think any of the players are like that.
No, none of them are. I'd say probably not none of them, but probably 90% of the players in Legends, they're not dicks. There's a handful that, are cocky, but it is what it is.
Respectively earned, I guess, in a respective way. It's probably respectively earned. You can have a little bit of an ego, be cocky. Just don't be Crusher.
Yeah. I guess you could have a little bit of an ego, but not too much, because there's always going to be another bigger whale.
Yeah, there's always a bigger fish out there.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Just like a lot of the players in the family, they get discouraged, and all I tell them is just be good for your power. It doesn't matter. You don't have to be a whale. You don't have to be I'm 120 million. You don't have to be. Be good for 70 million. Like, people don't notice if you lose. They'll notice if you lose to somebody who's shitty. They'll notice,
Yeah, for sure.
But our little guys in the brawl, when they beat somebody that's a higher power, it's
exciting.
It's nice.
Sure.
It's exciting, because you did your part. You were good for your power. Thank you. It doesn't do anybody any good if you have a high power and you suck. There's a lot of players like that in Legends, so.
Sure.
Yep.
So,
yeah, just be good for your power.
All right.
That's it.
Is there anything else we kind of want to throw into this podcast, bro? Or are you guys good at where we're at?
No, I'm good where we're at.
Big Head? I actually don't know where he's at. Oh, he muted his mic. Alright, we'll just ramble on a little bit then. Did you guys even talk about the event that we just had?
No, we may have touched on it briefly. Did we talk about how the event set, the items, the 3-piece items are going to be good for mages? Nice boost for them.
Yeah. I don't know any mages. All the mages that were here have quit or changed.
Yeah, I've got there's three good mages. We've got Hollow, Blank, who's just a picture with nothing in it and no name, and then Loki. They seem to like the event items for mages, so.
Right.
I wasn't impressed as a warrior. I won the back, but not sure if I'll use it.
Right. And then the other thing was, I did not like the event layout.
That event layout? No, that was, the stockings were alright. You picked the stocking, but you had to pay to refresh to get the next one. Okay, that's fine. But not having a limited item on the board to reduce the amount of spins that you would need, like for our the spinner event.
Yeah.
For example, the mount, how it was a spinner event. They replaced the limited items with low rate white gem. It's insulting.
Yeah, and I think.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'd rather spin 300 times to win a mount. If you hit the limited item at 50 spins, okay, well, my new maximum is 450, but the rate on those white gems, that was just insulting. I 20 free spins and you have to buy 480. Get out of here.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think
it's absolute greed.
I know Crusher was talking about it earlier. I think he's back.
What was I talking about?
Your winning of the white gems.
Oh, that scam. So it's like, yeah. So I was using the last time my 5 free ones, and on the fifth one, it's like, congratulations, 169. I'm like, oh crap, I won 169 gems. And I go and look at my gems out there, and it's like no change. And I'm like, what the hell? So I hit up Starlight, and I talked to them, and I'm like, hey, like it. I show them the picture. I'm like, it said I won 169. Where's my gems? Both in game and on Discord, I hit them up, and on both of them, they're throwing Rule 2 at me about something that it takes a total amount, multiplies it by whatever. And sorry, I'm getting a call. 1 second. Uh,
Anyhow. But, I want to say, though, I like the one main event a month thing instead of having two main events in a month.
Yeah.
Because obviously the whales, you're almost dabbling into their pockets with the two main events because they're going to buy it. But
and you burn them out. That's how you burn a whale out.
Yeah, and that's kind of what happened with me. I was like, what the hell am I doing at this point? What am I accomplishing?
Especially since the way they treat your servers, there's just there's no plan.
We're shunned.
There's no plan.
No.
Yeah, they're just waiting for you to quit.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, I'm gonna hit back onto that. Like I said, our first merge, we had expectation, but we were like telling devs, showing screenshots. I think it was all 12 of our servers in our generation. I think it was 12 at one point. And we're like, look, we're dead. We're dead to the world. We have nobody playing on these servers, and then you're throwing us into a Season 2 voyage. You're just going to kill the rest of the population off. And look what happened. They killed almost every server off. It wasn't fun, because it was the old map. It wasn't fun for anybody. Voyage sucks in general, but the old map sucked worse, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, it was so easy to just lock people in.
For sure. And unfortunately, my server did that twice. Our first voyage was the worst. It was literally against 74. And the entire time, we just locked them in. And as Crusher was explaining his strat, like, okay, this guy's sleeping at this time, let's hit him and attack him. That's what they did. And he gets mad because one of my players called me, actually on Discord, to wake me up so I can go hit the city back. So there was that. And then again, I am rambling off, but then the second voyage happened, and we're like, there's no way that we're going to do a whole second season of Voyage. You're killing off every server there is. And then they didn't give a shit. They went through it. They killed off our servers. They gave us a merge. They put a powerhouse together. They have a mediocre with... Not mediocre. They're good players, but there's no, like, standout whales. And another. And then there was one whale, and then, like, a full active server. And now...
Yeah, it's not.
And now we're going to a second round merge, and with their rules or stipulations they have, they're just going to kill our generation off completely. There's going to be almost no point to playing.
They're just going to force you out.
Oh, 100%. Like,
or force you to, stop playing for 8 days, and when you log in, you can move all your stuff to a new server.
Which has happened. Like I said, I quit, and I have the reunion thing. And I'll be honest, that's a scam in itself. You don't even get the full amount.
What is it, like 10%? 7%?
Yeah, it's dumb. It's dumb as shit. Especially for a whale.
They've already got your money, though.
Yeah, for sure. So
yeah, that's their insight on that.
So people think we complain. Our generation complains a lot. I don't know how you guys look at it when we're all like spamming and yelling and screaming in Discord about, you know, like our servers are dying, completely dying. I don't know how you guys look into it, because I know I've seen a couple players before. They're like, well, our server, we haven't had a merge since this time and this, and we only have X amount of players. You guys have at least 50 players still playing, but it's like, you don't understand. Out of those 50 players, there's maybe 5 to 6 of us that are actually participating in the cross server stuff. It's hard to keep any kind of motivation to play.
Yeah, they to go back, the first round of merges, they excluded server 2.
I saw
they
that.
didn't. Yeah, and server 2 was dying. They totally excluded them in the first round of merges. They just said no. I guess there's some backstory behind there. Yeah, there was a lot of drama, a lot of nonsense, and they had some whales, but they had all quit before the merge. But yeah, server 2 just got their first merge in October.
That's insane.
Yeah. Yeah, nobody could believe it.
I wouldn't believe it either. Like,
yeah, server 2. They left them off the list. They didn't merge them.
Yep. And I'll be honest, I'm just rambling for him to get off the phone, but I think our second round merge is going to suck. It's going to be boring. It's not going to be fun. Like you said, we don't have any options. There's only 3 servers left in our generation.
Which is unbelievable to me. I cannot believe that's what it's like for you.
Yeah.
Because, that's not how the game is. Well, for anybody, first in 100. Yeah, I'm not sure what the 200s are like or the 300s, but, that's not how it is for us.
Yeah.
I wouldn't play if it was just a 3 server, fight every. I mean, the rewards are nice, I guess.
Yeah, they're fine, but the game's stale to us. It's
the competition that keeps us going.
Well, like, we get on, we do.
Yeah, but it's a competition with the same people, the same over and over again.
Yeah, you've got the same new faces. You've got the same 3 servers. Yeah, at least we got. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. It's. I mean, our brawls are like legends. It's just the legends fight. Yeah.
Yeah, most of it we're just, I don't know, throwing noodles at each other, having fun. Not really having fun, but just throwing noodles at each other, and then whoever wins, whoever loses, and then it doesn't matter, because like I said, you got first, second, third guaranteed no matter what happens.
Yeah, Will always usually gets first place personal, because he just Will's in his own family, so thank God.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's just in his own family.
I didn't know that.
He got a merge, but he stayed in his own family so he could stay top in personal one for the ranks, because it is competitive. And other than that, top families could be anybody.
Right.
But yeah, it's nice.
All right, so we'll go back to Crusher's story, talking about Starlight and throwing out the second rule to him.
Oh yeah. So they pulled out rule 2, saying that you take your gem pool, multiply by whatever prize pool you won. I mean, it to me, I'm like, it doesn't matter. Like, if tell me what I won, why am I gonna have to calculate what I won based off? It doesn't even tell me what percentage I won. I'm like, what are you, the IRS? I got to figure out how much taxes I owe you. Like, what's going on here?
Are you kidding?
Yeah, basically, I was supposed to figure out how many gems I won, even though it doesn't even tell you what prize pool you won. And then I go, and basically all they said was like, oh yeah, like, you only won the 1%, so you won $1.69 of gems. And I'm like, I said, do you see the image I sent you? There's no decimal place at all. I zoomed in. I'm like, there's no decimal. So that is severely false advertisement.
Oh, absolutely. Just like, I mean, they removed the limited items just to increase the number of spins it would take that you had to buy.
Oh, absolutely. That was super annoying.
0.05% chance to win 3 white gems. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Confidential. You shouldn't have told them to proofread it before they, put the event up.
Yeah.
That's
Speaking of that, my God, some of their announcements are fucking terrible. And they are so misleading. 100% misleading.
Yeah, they can't
even
even get.
their Starlight's misleading.
Yes.
They've
We got a
stopped giving
message.
out answers.
We got a
They've stopped
message.
replying.
A special, like literally catered to the Starlight people, and it's like, hey, coming at you this Thanksgiving, double gem event. Da 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 da. We're like, oh, okay, so whatever we spend, we're gonna get double our gems worth. Like that's a real we thought Black Friday, like yeah, that's like a good deal. Come the event, and it was like, oh, only the $5 and $10 package is double gems. We're like, what?
And it doesn't count for anything. It doesn't count towards spending. It doesn't count for buying. It's
Nope.
just you could buy here. Yeah, you could buy it and you have 5 free gems. No thanks.
Yeah, like we were excited. We spent the whole week planning, like, okay, let's go for 5-star bow. Like we might be able to achieve it at half the cost, but nope, nothing.
Yeah, it doesn't count towards the lucky cat. It doesn't count towards anything.
Yep.
They can't even put a percent sign in their new avian stats.
Oh,
It does four what damage? 4 damages. Thanks for the coupons. I can't even spell coupon.
Yeah, it does 4 HP, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Great. Yeah, they can't even they can't proofread anything.
They cannot.
And if you send Starlight a message about that, they will send you a coupon.
Yeah.
Fix it in the next patch. But if you ask them what that value is supposed to be, they'll tell you it's confidential. Can't tell you. Small percentage. Small.
So
cheapers.
I don't. I've said it on a podcast before, but so for my origin story on family, I had a leader that was very absent, and she was like, she had a main server, so this was her alt account, and she was really absent, only focused on her main, and I was like getting ready to leave, and everyone like turned on me. Well, first of all, it's a female leader, so there's a lot of simps, unfortunately, and I wasn't all about that, and I remember I was, I was like starting to leave. I'm like, you don't take this role really seriously, and I invested into the server. This is my main. Unlike you, I don't have a fallback server to go to. Like if this server dies, then I have to die with it. And you know they like we were adults. We talked it out. So I stayed. Well, I only stayed because I didn't know you couldn't leave during brawl. Otherwise, I probably would have left. Anyway, I was still new. So we talked it out, and then I just like trying to get her to be more helpful. And I remember like she gave me an elder role, and I was like, oh cool, like let me start recruiting players. And she's like, oh no, like only do it when I'm around, because I don't want to mess up brawl. You have to have a max, but only get the lowest amount, whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. And then the next thing I'm like, oh, hey, by the way, I got these 3 families that want to merge with us. She's like, oh, why are you doing that? Like, I appreciate the gesture, but I don't want to get their hopes up. Then they all can't merge. And then we just, I remember, I think I said, hey guys, great news after the brawl. I have some great news. And then I think she like got so offended that she just passed leader to me. She's like, here, now you can run the show. And I was like, oh, cool. Like, manipulation worked. I mean, I was going really passive aggressive, but I thought the scheme was going to take months, but she gave it to me in like less than a week. So from there, we literally started winning, and, it just wasn't enough for me. And I was like, I don't just want to roll one server. I want to roll all the servers. So that's when I started, Max and I were already talking, and then that's when I put in motion the getting the merge that we wanted, and then we got the merge we wanted, and I became the leader of all the four merges servers that merged together, and then henceforth on and on. I'm like, my goal is to be the leader of all the servers. So the cross server has really grown from that, and honestly, everyone's kind of like family here, even though we're all kind of going through a struggle. What how fun the game actually is, because it is getting pretty stale.
Yeah, that's so rough for you guys.
It's the same shit every day.
Yeah. And then yeah, literally every other day you're like, oh, everyone's like, well, I was thinking of refunding, and that's all everyone talks about. Oh, I want a refund. I want a refund.
Yeah,
Because
yeah, they get
you
you.
literally have to pay to keep up with you guys. So for them, it's like, what, they'll at least I'll go for it, because there has been successful cases of people getting back everything. So
Oh, yeah,
it's
yeah, there have been.
not too far fetched. So I
No,
mean,
it's
it's always
not.
motivating.
Yeah, if I was in your shoes, I probably I would have quit a long time ago. It's just so crazy how our playing experiences are so different.
I was almost there.
Mhm.
I was there, and then Crusher had to come
I
along.
was I was there. Okay, I was there, but then I found out that it was my alt account, and it was like $30, and I'm like, oh my god, $30. So I gave back the $30. I was like, I'll just do this mindless grind on, it's fine. And then it got still again, and I was like, ugh. I was like, we're all like on our last leg, and I think that's when I reached out to you, and I probably got my third win because of you solely. And I was like, you know what, you changed the way I thought about the game. And I was like, you know what, I gotta start thinking outside the box. Like this was like, it was good info. Like
Mhm.
literally treating the talent tree as gold, and making sure to, if you can get it elsewhere, do so, because don't waste a talent tree feather, because that's the most valuable thing you can get.
Yeah.
And it literally changed my mindset, and I'm like, you know what, I could be like I knew I can cut the fat. Like I was like, I had excess stats in everywhere, and I'm like, I feel like going evenly can only go so far, and I think you need to, there has to be a limit. And that's why I was literally just seeking a numbers person that day, and I think I reached out to Boring Woo. I was like, hey, do you know any like
Yeah.
crit counter people that that can stay in legendary? And she mentioned you and Code, and I just started going down the list and messaging people who I thought, like, you were easier. You were the first one. You're the only one that was named 8. But there was like 5 or 6 codes, and I'm like, who's the real Code?
Yeah. I'm not even sure if he's in that Discord. I don't even know.
Oh, great. Well, there's 6 codes. I'm waiting a response for them. And then I had a
Yeah.
nice chat with Born Woo, and we talked about the whaling out, and it
Hmm.
does get easier when you have everything. It's a lot cheaper. You literally only need to spend enough to get the 2 main event items, and you can do that for really cheap. And
Yeah.
that's what they were saying, and I was like, we're in a good spot, but I was like, at the same time, really don't need it anymore. And I said, you want to join our Discord? And he said, sure. So he's in our Discord, and like, oh my god, our server went wild. They're like, oh my god, why did Barnwood join our Discord? I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of a big deal.
Hey, there's that big head again. Let me build an archway bigger for you,
Oh,
bud.
Yeah.
thank you, thank you.
The hell out of here.
Uh, and then you introduced me to Kato, and I remember I had to tell my in-game husband. He's like, I was like, so I met these new friends, and they like, you to be in the tournament with them. And I'm like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Caleb,
Because
he's like, it was like last minute, and he's from Spain, and
you know,
he's
these are
like, I'm sure.
cool.
He's like, I'm
These
trying to go to bed, but I don't know
cool
what to talk
people. I got to hit with the cool kids.
about.
And I mean, we progressed pretty far. 'Cause he has no cheetah, and we would get top 64 every time, like no problem.
Mhm.
And the last event we were probably we were like fourth or fifth. Like every time we did it, we get further and further up. Like we probably could have got either third or fourth this go around. But I mean, my thought process was like, we're not gonna get first place. So it's like, it doesn't matter if I lose with him or lose with anyone else. We're gonna lose is to lose.
Mhm.
But it was nice, to see what it was like with someone else. But
Yeah.
anyways, what I was trying to say was he instantly takes a screenshot of me typing all that, goes to our leader chat because our leadership is really like a 5-man head. We don't just I'm not just like literally it's like a democracy of how we run our family. And um he's like, look, you guys, this is what a traitor looks like. And he post screenshotted all the chat that I said, like, oh hey, sorry, I'm gonna join them. Cool, sorry, thanks, bye.
Sorry, the old group, the old heads invited me.
I'm like,
Yep.
I can't say no. Come on, man. It's a
I want
big
to see what it's like.
opportunity.
I
Yeah,
want to see how they live.
once in a lifetime opportunity, man.
Yeah, Kaido. Yeah, because Kaido, he was in our. We had an excellent second merge, and he's like, "Do you know anybody? It's like last minute. I need a partner." Because his partner, he didn't hear from him. And I'm like, "Oh, geez." I was like, "And you literally had just messaged me that day." I said, "Well, let me reach out and ask him if he'd want to, do you want to partner with him? Like, he's in Legends." And he's like, "Yeah, yeah, that's great." I'm like, "Okay, so let me reach out." And he's like, "But I'm going to bed soon." So, and you replied back. I said, "Okay, yeah, perfect." Like I said, had you guys been in a different bracket, you would have been top two. Had you been in a bracket with in my bracket, it was, I mean, it was you would have easily been second.
My
Your
ego
your
easily would have been inflated.
Yeah, your bracket was tough. I mean, any bracket that has Woo or Zico and Concrete or Hollow Code, me, but Vegas, it's a tough bracket. You have 16 total, and 8 or 9 of them. You just hope that you're not in.
Why can't you guys all get your own bracket and knock each other out the first round?
Right?
uh, well, they do the brackets based on your rank, your score. So the first 16 are all separate.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So that's why it's important to get a high score the first day. The first, through the preliminaries, because it kind of guarantees that you're not with, Woo or any of the big dogs.
We had a few losses. We had people we lost. We don't know why they lost. They had lower power than us. Still
And it
baffled
just,
on that.
yeah, I didn't rewatch any of the matches.
Yeah, I
It
told
could
him,
have
I'm
been.
like,
Were you
oh,
DPS or were you regen?
I was
Build?
DPS. I don't believe in regen. I don't do regen build. I
Was
only do
Kaido
that for
using
parking wars.
was Kaido using disarm?
I don't think so, because he blew people. First,
Really?
I felt like I didn't earn my spot because this guy was like just
Mm-hmm.
melting kids with his profit. I'm like, shit, man, he's gonna think I'm useless. I mean, I
Yeah.
wasn't dying, but he was like clearly doing all the damage.
Oh, so you were getting carried.
It felt like it until the second round.
It's okay.
Then
I
he
get
changes,
carried. I get carried through the tournament. Baptista
and then he
carries me
changed
right through the tournament.
and then he changed his build to DPS, and like then I started doing the carrying. I mean, you saw like we went head to head, so technically we can beat each other. So
Yeah.
I don't think I think we're equal more than anything.
Yeah, we just have to build for the bracket. Yeah, the majority. What rank did you guys end up getting?
We were third in our bracket.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you were right behind Loki and Helly. And they're solid too.
And
They're top.
honestly, I didn't know who to attack. I was like it started off with tough teams right off the get go. I'm like, dude, I don't know who you are. I don't know how strong you are. I didn't know how to gauge anything. I literally attacked anything that was lower power than us, and that's all I can go off because I am not used to him. I'm used to my partner, where I know our
Mhm.
limitations.
Yeah. And was your preliminary the first one? Was it on ours?
It was all your people, yeah.
Yeah, so
Like
you gotta stay
I
away
saw
from
your name and I'm like, oh
You're like,
shit. I was
mm-mm.
like,
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm like, I didn't ask him. I'm like, does Kato beat code? I'm like, I don't know, but I ignored you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, you should have made a team on your server probably.
Oh, is that how that works? Whatever server is hosting.
Yeah, that's where the first round. Those are the people that you face.
Oh, now we know.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Because I usually go on VAP server,
Oh,
so
it's
we're
almost
not
like a
facing.
cheat code for us now. Now we know we'll
Yeah.
get easy first day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I wouldn't want to face me, Code, Hollow, Blank. I won't. No way.
I mean, I can still refresh for easy kills. I got all top row kills the first day, so
Yeah, but you want to kill him less than 5 seconds.
yeah, because I guess that's all. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. For max points, get that 450.
Hmm.
Yep. So
Well, I don't know how I did, so I don't know if he wants to choose me again, but we'll find out.
sure we will. His other partner was Odin, AGD Odin. And he may have quit. I'm not even certain. I don't know. But
I see him attack on.
you're
Go ahead.
definitely better than him.
He still kills me though, Odin.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, eventually I'll pass him, but he has too high attack and burns through me too fast.
Mm.
Like most of the archers around his attack power. I think his defense is okay too, which is why if he had lower defense and a little bit less HP, I'm literally half a second off.
Wow. Yeah.
Literally how it is with all these archers that are around your guys' generation. I'm always a half a second off.
Listen, I am now too. The archers that I was smashing before the update, now smash me, and there's nothing I could do. The amount of damage that they hit me for is insane. They chunk me for a third at a time. 3 hits and I'm dead.
Jesus.
Mm-hmm. And it's not like I have, low HP or low defense. So I'm not sure what's going on.
Alrighty. I think we're gonna call it good here. We've been
Yeah.
recording for about an hour and 47 minutes.
Gosh.
Oh,
Jeepers.
it goes.
Maybe
Yeah.
we should break that into a part 1, part 2.
We
Just
could.
break it up.
No,
Yeah.
I'll break that shit up. We'll just do it again next week.
That's right. I think we're aiming for 2 episodes a week, but we'll see how that goes.
We could. Just depends on scheduling.
Yeah, because usually it's rare that I can be on from home. Usually it's Monday and Friday are my longest drive home and from work, and that's usually how I join the call.
I'll be honest. I like it when you're home on your computer because you sound a lot more crisp.
Oh, thank you.
Great. Feeding that head. But
Who'd you guys bet on? Who'd you guys bet on for the tournament? I just have to know.
I don't think I bet yet. Shit, I better bet.
I don't think you
Oh,
can.
it's over.
Did we get our money back?
You can't.
Did I get my money back?
I'm just gonna
Yeah,
wait
you
till
must have.
reset.
Yeah, but I mean it's over, so you got your coins back. But who'd you guys bet on?
Nobody yet.
Oh, Boring Woo.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Did they win?
Yes. Yeah. Yep. Woo beat Hollow and Code. The Asians beat Calm Scotty. Seco Creep beat Kiwi, and Baddies beat Vegas. 3-0, baby.
I might have to. You know what? As long as you don't let me know, I might bet on you. But then I would bet on Boring Woo after.
Yeah, that match with the Asian, it's gonna be good. It's hard to tell because I'll have to watch the fights with Hollow and Code.
I won so much. I won so much the last tournament that I'm still coasting on my winnings, because I only get the gold keys and the ancient city keys are the only things I buy, and I had like over 100,000 points.
Oh, that's
So
all that you
I'm
buy?
still coasting it. Yeah, that's all I need. Everything else is too expensive. I'm like, I started to become really cost effective. Like, it's not worth spending 25,000 on a key or whatever I need. The shop is crazy. The only one that makes sense is the magic lamp key and the guardian keys. Anything above 5,000 is too expensive in my book. 10,000 for 100 hammers? Like, get real. What the hell?
I bought the
20,000
feathers.
for 10 poles? Oh, the feathers are way too expensive. Nah,
I bought the
25,000 for
feathers.
10? Oh,
Hmm. Sure did. Yeah. Well, let's see. What do I
when I
have now?
first started,
I have 55,000 tokens from tonight,
I still have
and
50,000. Oh, not converted though.
yeah, I have 55,000 betting tokens. So multiply that by 5, 250. If I don't bet on anything, I honestly might not bet. I don't know who to bet on. I mean, I can only choose between Wu and the Asians. I can't bet on myself. So,
Oh,
and
good
I
to know. So
honestly,
maybe they didn't throw their match.
oh no, you can't bet on yourself in this round. The top 8, you can't bet on yourself.
Oh, but you can bet against yourself?
No, you can't bet on your match at all. It only
Oh,
shows
okay.
3 matches. Like, so for me, I was only able to bet because I would have bet on myself. Like, I was with those 3 to 1.5 odds. I would have bet on myself. I knew we were gonna blast them out of the water. Um, but I could only bet on the Zico Crete, Wu, and the Calm Scotty match. Mine's not even an
How many,
option.
how many feathers do you have, if you don't mind me asking?
Red feathers?
Yeah.
Oh, I think right around it was like around 41,000. So I made the mistake of not maxing the Dark Trials.
Well, I
I
did
was a
this. We
warrior.
did the same mistake.
Yeah, I stayed a warrior, and I didn't max them right away like the archers were able to do. So I fell behind on red feathers quite a bit because of that. Mm-hmm.
So you said you're around 41?
I think right around 41,000. Let me
So
see.
that means I'm only 11,000 behind you.
41,700.
Okay, so I'm closer to, yeah, like 12,000 behind you,
Mm-hmm.
which means I would catch up in. Let me see. Where's my calculator? Nope. Calculator. This is 6 plus 5, 421, and then that's 28 weeks.
Mm.
In 28 weeks, I would catch up to you, but it would cost uh uh it would cost that much. Never mind.
Yeah, and I don't buy feathers. I buy the daily one from the family shop. I buy the weekly reset from the parking shop, and whatever I
Is it
get
is
from
it
cross service
is it
parking.
5 a day or 1 a day from the family shop? I need to start buying those.
Just one,
Oh, that's too
and
slow.
then yeah. Well, everything adds up, and then some mounts give the red feathers for parking. So sometimes I park those. I buy them from the tournament shop. Where else? Oh, you get a bunch from ships.
Days worth, depending on what rank
Yeah, but
they do.
I think parking was where I got a majority of them.
I mean, I'm almost at a point too where I don't think I on my PvP, but I think I only need one more end node, and I don't really need the end nodes. I can just max out all the stats.
For
There's
DPS.
there's yeah. There's no other node that would benefit me DPS wise, only defensively.
Mm.
I'm literally about to get it this next week. It's not Sunday, this following week. And then, because my plan is to get that node and then get all the attacks to 20, and then after that, in my head, I'm done. I'm gonna start leveling all the resistances evenly. Because there's nothing else I can get DPS wise that's gonna benefit me.
Hmm.
So that'll be the end of my DPS race, and then I can casually raise my resistance up slowly but surely. Because by then I'll have 3 trees with red unlocked, and I can just, at my own pace, get all 3 trees maxed out.
Which nodes would you pick? Which 4 nodes?
What ones did I pick?
Yeah, what would you pick?
What do you mean, what I pick?
Which 4 nodes for your DPS warrior? You said you're gonna unlock your 4th one this upcoming week.
Is it my 4th one? Let me switch to PvP. So it's Rampage, the Eager Momentum, which was a mandatory, and then the Temporal Compression. So the 4th would be the Fury Left, which is the Ascension, which would help against the regen builds at that 45-second mark.
Yeah.
Everything else doesn't really do anything for me. But because I get that, it was also the cheapest one node to get another red thing. So then I would have actually I would have all 4 reds unlocked.
That would be your 4th.
Because Game Beast, I go red regardless because there's nothing that I need left or right. So I would have all 4 reds open as soon as I get that last one. And then I can just get all 4 resistance evenly, and I'll complete my DPS tanky build. At
I
least
like that
I'll
right
rush.
node on the sorcery.
Oh, I did get that too. Sorry, so that'd be my 5th. I already have it.
Oh, you only get 4.
What do you mean you only get 4?
You only get 4
Oh,
final
you
nodes.
can only get 4?
Yeah, you can only get 4. Yeah, you can only get 4.
Oh my god.
That's why I said which 4 are you which 4 are you picking? You can only have 4.
Oh my goodness.
Uh-huh.
Oh my fucking god. Sorry
Yeah.
for your censorship, but I was wasting my goddamn time.
Just reset it.
Wait, was I wasting it? Oh no, I'm not wasting it. Oh man, that means I can go straight. Oh damn, I'm gonna get stronger faster. Oh shit.
I like how you
Oh
brought
shit.
it. You just blew his mind. Well, on
Yeah.
that note, we'll definitely
Yep.
the podcast
Yeah.
here.
All right.
Well, like,
Well, she did to me day 1. I swear to God.
well,
I was literally saying, "Oh my god, oh my god."
well, 8 wide. Good to have you along with our team.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thanks for the invite.
For sure.
Welcome aboard.
All right,
You're in
guys.
for the long haul now.
Anybody you want to shout out?
No.
No?
No.
No.
Okay.
No. No.
Shout out to Shitter Kids on 64 who couldn't keep us in last place. Shitters, we got 2nd place still. Suck a dick.
Jeez. There goes all monetization. Alright, anyhow, this one is from 1667. Rez, he's a pain in my ass, stealing my crops all the time when I'm not looking. I'm gonna hit you in your shins with my cane, punk. So that wraps up episode 5. Definitely a good solid 2 hours. A lot of information to obtain here, and I think it would be a lot better with AY here. No offense to Ness, but she has a lot more knowledge in the game base than
Thanks.
all of us, really. So, I mean, it's even good information for both Crusher and I here. Do hit the like, do hit the follow. Please leave a comment. And if you have any ideas of discussions you want us to discuss about, share it. We will catch you guys on the next one. Thank you.
Later.
Thanks, guys.